Okay, looks like we're recording. Hi, it's Press, aka Lady Taka, and it's time for a thrift store rummage sale finds video, although most of this is actually thrift store finds for the week. I had a really good week with thrift storing. My throat's a little upset. Allergies have been really bad. And the camera quality might be down a little because I'm using my old laptop instead of my new one because I left at work because I called for jury duty yesterday. So, the first thing I found were Ellis Peter novels, most known for Brother Cadfael. And I do actually have the whole series in paperback, but I found a bunch of hardbacks. I found 7 hardbacks that are Brother Cadfael stories, and one that is an Inspector George Phelps mystery, which I've never read any of those, but since I like Ellis Peter, her writing so much, I might as well try this one since it was there and in hardcover. So this one's called Flight of a Witch. Name also got me. So we got the 20th Chronicle, the 18th, this one doesn't say this is the large print though, that's kind of nice. They're all different. I made sure not to pick up any copies. Different cover than I've seen before, so probably an older one. Because most of them are like this. Different parts of the series. And then another one with a different cover, which probably an older print. I think I got all those for like $2 or $3. It wasn't too much. But, bags falling all over. Okay, and then I've decided to start selling some vintage items in my Etsy shop, which is all crafted right now. So naturally, since one of my crafts is coasters, I thought selling vintage mugs would be good. Again, I mentioned this in my last video. So I am not sure if this is a vintage mug or not. I still have to do some research, or if it's a more modern mug. If it's a more modern mug, I'll probably keep it. Although I'm not a knitter, it's a knitting mug. Says, I will knit on a boat, I will knit with a goat, I will knit in the train, I will knit in the rain, I will knit with a fox, I will knit in a box, I will knit with a mouse, I will knit in a house, I will knit here or there, I will knit everywhere. So like the Dr. Seuss playoff, which is why I can't quite date it. It's by Dolphin Coatings, made in China. Then this one definitely looks vintage. It doesn't have any dates or markings on it. I paid a whole 59 cents. I'll get the tag up there. And I've looked this up, and there's a whole line of Life Begins at 30 cup. There's this cup at 40 where you crossed out 30. Then there's another where it's 50 and they cross out that. So it's a whole series, but it looks very vintage, and I found it still in June, so another rainbow find in June felt right for Pride Month as well. And then this one I actually found Salvation, and I don't normally find good things at Salvation since they changed over, because it used to be one of my places to get toys. Didn't find any toys, but found some cool household. So this is a mug, simple mug, but it's got a secret. It's got a cute little dragon inside, and I paid a whole 50 cents for him. And again, if things don't sell, that I love dragons, so I wouldn't hate having this cup. Then I got some plates, because as I said, I've been looking for plates that aren't chipped in them. I don't know if these are vintage, because they do say dishwasher and microwave safe. So that still could mean 80s, which as long as it's 20 years or older on Etsy, you can sell it. But they look vintage. Unfortunately, someone obviously broke the 4th plate in the series, because there's only 3 here. But they're all very cute, different designs of monkeys. We have that one. This one where he's carrying a leaf. And my favorite, the one who's made a fan for himself because he's boiling hot. Then my score of the week at Salvation was this little ice bucket, which would fit nicely on my bar area, but I will likely try to sell it first. If it doesn't sell, it's going to my bar area because it's that small, it fits nicely. But it is also complete, crack-free, chip-free, so I'm going to try to sell it. I paid a whole $2, and it is Sasaki glassware in the wheat pattern, which is slightly more rare. The pattern most people will find is bamboo, usually. And then I think they have like a flower pattern as well, but this is like wheatgrass. And it still has its tongs for taking the ice out. And then you lift it up, and there's still this little insert has stayed with it so that while your ice melts, it doesn't have to sit directly into the water. So that's really nice. I paid when I looked it up to consider pricing, some were selling for as much as $25, so I feel like that's a good profit if I can sell it. This one I got at Goodwill. I paid up for it because I couldn't resist. If you've seen my videos before, you know I have a thing for these metal creations. This one I think it looks like he's sitting next to the trash can in the park, but I guess it can make a good pencil holder or pen holder. I've found another one where it was like half this size, like a fire, but I did pay up. I paid $5, but I'm keeping him because I figured he wouldn't be there by next week, and it wasn't green tag sale. And then the next time I went, there was everything half off. I went to work Sunday, and for once I got out by 4, and so I still had an hour and a half at least to shop at Goodwill, and I saw the sign when I went to drive home, half off everything, so I stopped, and I spent $16, so it was worth stopping. So this is one of the things I found. This is not vintage. This is only from like 2014. I have one other of these Charming Tales figures. This one's Cattail Catapult. He's about to send him off into flight. And this one's great. It doesn't have any chips or anything. The little snail's still there. But I have one that's them eating like chocolate covered cherries. So I really liked the quality of this. And when I unpacked it, the cat thought they were real. And I saved them before the cat knocked them over. But they're real enough looking for the cat. These are actually from the last week. I forgot to put them in my last haul. They were 50 cents each. You can see originally they were $6 on sale for 2. They're just little coins to use as charms or to put on things. So I'm going to craft with those. And then I got, during the half off sale, these 2 pins. I grabbed this pink elephant pin, which is made in the Philippines. It feels like it might be wood, like a really light wood painted. I just, for $1, couldn't pass up a pink elephant. Being a drug and alcohol connoisseur, I always think of Dumbo, seeing pink elephants flying and that. So, and as far as I can tell, it's vintage. So I might try to sell that, and I might try to sell this pin, which is by K&T. I saw several up already on, say, eBay, but I'm going to list on Etsy. But it's so cute because it's all these different types of dogs together. So you have the Scotty, a poodle, what looks to me to be like a tree walking coonhound because he's up like that classic position. Golden retriever maybe, and can't quite tell what that other one is, but I thought I paid up a little for it. It was originally 4, I paid 2. But I figured it was like 5 pins in one with that many different dogs. Again, excuse me. I even had a coughing attack in court today during closing arguments. So embarrassing. Then with the plush animals I found. So this one I picked up for half off at Goodwill, so it was $1. I'm getting sick of Goodwill upping their stuffed animal prices. Kids are not going to be able to afford them for themselves anymore. And I first grabbed him because I loved his punked out hair. And then I realized, oh, it's marked Jerusalem. And then I really looked at the tag. The tag is literally in Hebrew. So someone really did bring it back from Jerusalem. The feet remind me of Beanie Babies, but the embroidery part's pretty good up here. So I'm probably going to keep him because I think he's more modern than vintage. And then Freddy here's definitely modern. I paid a whole 50 cents here for Freddy. He is the main character in Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a video game. I have a pair of PJs with him on it, actually. But for 50 cents, this size goes for $12 on Amazon right now. So I felt like that was a deal, and I live with the bear collector, so. Now this is the whole reason I went back to Goodwill, because this stuffed animal was originally $3 and green tagged, and I didn't want to spend $3 on a stuffed animal, especially a smaller one. And I literally walked to the toy section, and the little girl's holding it, asking her mom, what the hell is it? Because it is like a cheetah body and a lamb head. Isn't that nice and weird? And I had looked it up before I was there, and I looked up 361. It's actually a shoe company. So this is shoe advertising. So you all know how I like advertising toys. But my heart sank because I thought she was going to take it. And then she put it back. And then I scooped it up and explained to them what it was. But it is a weird looking thing. I was willing to pay $1.50. If nothing else, this is the smoothest fabric I've ever felt. Like, it feels like nice and soft. And it's just so weird with the lamb head on the cheetah body. I just love how weird that is. Now, this I paid a whole 35 cents for at St. Vinny's. It is a Big Bird beanie, mini beanie. And I have quite a few of these in this series. Oh, that's why I snagged it. I have, like, Hemlock, Sherlock, the Sherlock Holmes looking character, the magician, the rubber ducky. So I figured for that cheap, I could try to fill in the collection. And then my other half-off thing at Goodwill was this guy, who at first, all I could think of was he looks like a Star Wars character to me. When I looked for the price, it was on the bottom, and I could see Lucasfilms, 1998. So just vintage enough to sell if I decide to. And then I'm like, okay, it was $2, but half off, and there's a little bit of cracking on the fake leather down here. But he wears this outfit a lot throughout the series of movies. He is one of the bounty hunters. His name is Zuckuss. He's one of the bounty hunters that Darth sends after Han. So, it is a 12-inch figure, which is pretty good. He unfortunately did not have his gun. As I looked him up, the only thing really wrong other than the cracking here is his gun is missing. Which, it's a loose figure. But I thought I'll attempt to sell him on Etsy, but again, won't be sad if he doesn't sell. But I would like to make up a little bit of the money I spent this week. Because I spent just $16 at Goodwill and then like a bit more at other places. The other things I found at Goodwill are not toys. I do have a few more toys to go through. This I paid 40 whole cents for. And it is just a little embroidered piece. I did find a similar one with different coloring on Etsy already. Again, I probably will try to sell it on Etsy just to try and make a little profit. But again, if it doesn't sell, I figured this looks kind of appropriate for my office. When things aren't going your way, I panic, which is kind of what my clients do. And then I got a bigger picture by Jean Ronka, and it is signed. Sorry, I'm getting the screen back on the laptop. But it is got a house and some pheasants and a river. And it's got this weird border on it because it goes down and you can see some kids sledding down here. So it's got a little dip out of it. It's called Fond Memories and it is signed. And there is an explanation on the back. And I did look this up. I haven't decided whether I'm going to try and sell it or not. If not, it goes on the office wall. But this has sold for in the past on eBay for, I think it was $25. But again, I'm not sure I want the hassle of shipping it since I'm already having enough fun trying to think of how to ship my big canvases like that one. So the other things I got were some bags of toys at rummage sale. This one's kind of the princess bag of toys for 50 cents. And I got another bag of toys for $0.25. And it has a lot of doll clothes in it that I won't keep. But I noticed when I got to the car that I ended up with 2 Annas. I only need one. I think I already have Elsa, Sven, and Kristoff in Dad's Christmas Village. So I'll probably give one away because they're modern, obviously. Um, okay, try to do some separating on here. Let's see who else was in here. Now I already had Cinderella in this series, so I figured I might as well pick up Aurora and Snow White to go in the Christmas Village because that's always fun, right? And the reason I got the other bag was because of this My Little Pony. It's the DJ one, and I just, when I've been researching horses and that for like a horse alphabet, I just love the design of this one because it's so different. It's a unicorn. There was also a second My Little Pony in there, who I am not sure if that's supposed to be Rainbow Dash or not. The tail is looking really funky right now. I mean, by the hair, I'd say it was Rainbow Dash, but the tail looks like they dyed it. So I probably won't keep that one. I'll probably give that one away. And then there was a bunch of other stuff. I mean, there's this little dog who's all squishy. Looks kind of cute. There's some of these figures. By her pose, I'm going to say she's a ballerina. She's not marked. And got this one who has a mermaid's tail. And then we have, like, what looks like Cinderella's dress. And Cinderella's other dress. Got her ball gown and her everyday dress, but we didn't have Cinderella in here. And then there's a white gown. So, and some sleeves, a little basket, some other clothes for doll clothes. Again, I'm not really into these. I just wanted a couple things out of the bag for a quarter. I figured I couldn't go wrong. Another little dress. I don't even know how you're supposed to get that on another figure. Then like a big bow that probably fell off of Minnie. And then the last few things. So for half off day, got myself a new pair of jeans because I tend to wear my blue jeans more than my other color jeans, so mine are wearing out, so nice to have another pair. Then I got this out of the free box. It's actually my size, but it's one of those clingy shirts, but it has the upper peninsula on it. And I'm thinking of making it into a little tote bag thing for taking to the beach. You'll see a few of those in my Etsy shop if you go check that out. The link will be below. And then the last thing I got on the half off day, I grabbed for Rita's bed because it said take me home for $1 because it was originally $2 and it's only $1. I figured she needed a bear pillow for her room. That's like the other pillows in her room in that, embroidered side and the softer side. And I think this is even the exact same blue that's on the lighthouse. Yeah, that's pretty close. But it's actually a nursing bear. So with gentle hands and a warm heart. And it's actually a Boyd Bears one. It's Boyd's Bears. So for $1, I picked that up. Cute little nurse one. So now that's going to stay on the bed. So that's my haul. I will be listing some of these vintage things that I found and a few more that I have set aside downstairs. Probably by Saturday, Sunday time. Depends if there's enough rummage sales on Saturday to keep me busy all day. Definitely on Sunday I'll start listing some. And again, I'll probably start with the mugs because they go with the coasters so well that I also sell. But I think it works with my business theme of Trashketeer Treasures. I'm either make treasures out of things I found that could end up in the trash, or I'm now saving possible treasures that otherwise could end up in the trash. So, thanks for watching.